Hi, so I am going to show you guys what I'm doing exactly in MetaVerse, um, and that the middle schoolers are doing, just so you can have an idea what we're doing. If you want to practice it at home with them, that's great. And they seem to be enjoying it, and I'm loving working with them. So I just usually Google MetaVerse because I can never remember this URL, but for me, it's the first one. So it's studio.gometa.io. Now, what MetaVerse is an easy way to kind of create an app or an augmented reality experience. Whenever they create an account, so you would log in, and then you would create an account, and you can see I have multiple experiences just from practicing it. If you don't have any, if you've not created any, you won't have that on there, obviously. So we are going to I want to show you what we did last week and want to continue on what we're planning on doing today with them. So first we click on create an experience. So this is, the staging area. So what we're doing is we're introducing some very simple concepts of web design and web development and coding. This isn't a scene. This is called a scene. You can make it a little bit bigger. Now, I know they're all using Chromebooks. I'm on a PC. There are some variances on the things you can do to navigate. Just be aware of that. So I got one scene here. So the first thing I'm trying to recall from memory now. The first thing that we did was click in the middle. And in there, you can search for any kind of characters that they already have in there. You can do it by category, really anything. And some got really creative. They were really excited about having all that opportunity to choose something new. And I went with robot because I like the robots in here. I think they're pretty cool looking. And I chose Dylan, I think. So I have Dylan the robot here. And in the top, you would click on the top and you would say, hi, would you like to play a game? And I'm just going to, and on the bottom, you just say when you know you have an app or anything, there's a call to action and you have to click something, right? And we're just going to create one button and we click on that. And on the right hand side, you'll see a text response. This button response, we're just going to hit yes. Had some students ask me, it's like, what did they hit no? I was like, well, then they're done. I mean, but we're just keeping it simple. And then we can build upon other options, but just wanted to kind of keep it as simple as possible. And if some of them accidentally, which is easy to do, if they created several buttons, what you can do, I think on the Chromebooks, you have to like double tap with both fingers in the mouse pad area. But on a PC, you can right click and hit delete and get rid of them. But again, on the Chromebooks, I think you had to do a double tap with 2 fingers on the mouse pad to get that little option to come up to say delete. So we're done with that scene. How would you like to play a game? And then we're going to assume they say yes, and we're going to go to a new scene. So we click add new, and we're going to do a text input scene. Okay, actually, I'm going to pause this for a second because I'm trying to remember what exactly I did with them. I can't remember if I did that or not. Okay, I did not. So this is what I did with them last week. So I'm going to backtrack and correct myself because I want to show you what exactly I did with them. I've done the text input scene with the older students, but I was afraid this one might be just a little bit too much. Okay, so anyways, so our next scene is going to be add a character scene. And we can get creative with this. It's one of the fun parts about this MetaVerse app. So you click on the middle and the little pencil, and you can do whatever you want. Robot, I'm going to do robot again. and I did radioactive robot. So we're going to assume somebody pulls up our app and say, "Do you want to play a game?" They say yes. And we're just going to do a simple question. What is 2 plus 2? And we have options. We can put buttons down here. Click on a button. On the button response, we can put 2. Click on another button. 4. Another button. 5. Okay. So whenever whenever somebody's using your app, when you click yes, we got to tell it to go to the next scene, right? So that's where these little orange buttons come into play. So you click on the orange button, and you'll see on this right-hand side, transition to scene, where it's under the transition control. We're going to transition to scene. Click on that finger till it turns blue. Well, it'll turn blue. And then click on the scene that you want it to go to, which was this one right here. And you can see how this turns blue. It's got a blue arrow. If you hover over it, it tells you exactly which scene it's going to. Okay. So now when we're having somebody play the game and they're going to guess an answer, it's 2 plus 2. We know it's 4. So we got to give a reaction. We got to give another scene for it to go to after it chooses either an incorrect or a correct answer. So for that, we're going to click Add New again. I'm just going to keep doing the same scenes. There's a lot of different options, but just for simplicity purposes, we're going to get them used to it. Do another character scene. And I'm going to change my robot again. And I think this is where I left off with them. Some of them, they got on ahead, which is fine because they were used to it. They caught on quickly, which is great. And some were just waiting for me, which is fine as well. So I am choosing that funny robot and say, awesome. You got the answer right. Okay. So that's if they hit 4, then that's what we're going to go to. You hit that blue button and then click on that. But there's not all, there's 2 other answers, right? That could be, that they could select and they'd be wrong. So we're going to click Add New again. Character scene. And what I'm going to do is move this down here. Now that we've not gotten this part in class, this is what I'm going to go over today, hopefully. Okay, so we click on this. I'm going to see if I can find a sad robot. Sad robot. There's no sad robot. Let's just pick another robot. Let's try this one. Okay. Oh, and we're going to put in there, no, not quite. Do you, or we're just going to say try again. We're not going to ask them, try again. Okay. So the 2 is incorrect, obviously, between 2 plus 2 and 5 is incorrect. So we can have them both going to the scene. We can do each have their own individual scene if we want to give a hint or give something, be unique for that particular answer. But for purposes of this, we're just going to say, no, it's not right. Try again. So we click on that, and click on the scene we wanted to go to. Same thing here. Click on the orange button, click on the blue button, and click on the scene that we wanted to go to. So you can see if they hit 5, no, not quite, try again. If they hit 2, no, not quite, try again. If they hit 4, yep, we got a dancing robot. So let's see. Okay, let's say if they got it right. We can go yay. Let's see. I don't know if we should be doing pictures in this one or not. I want to say no, just because of the age. So I'm just going to say yay, and then I want to stop it right there. So you can transition to scene, so it ends the experience. And then on this one right here, I'm going to put on here on the button, so hit OK. Let's try again. And on that, we would go to back to our question. So that will create a loop, for every time they don't get it right. And whenever they do get it right, it would go to this one and would end the experience. So I'm going to see what I would have done with the older students is take a picture of it, take a selfie, and create a frame. But I'm not sure how to do it with the younger students. I'm not as used to working with the younger crowd. So just forgive me on that. So I'm going to go ahead and test it, and you can test it by clicking on this button that says test. And it creates a QR code, and you just need to, if you have an iPhone or Android, I have an iPhone. I forgot what version of, the Apple updates got it so that you can take your camera and scan the QR code. It's been a while. But anyways, if you have an iPhone, you can just open up your camera, and scan the QR code. I know there's a way to duplicate what I'm seeing on my phone with the screen, but I haven't figured out how to do it yet. I keep having problems with it. So if they have good connection, like if they have good signal, basically wherever they're at. I've been in classrooms where they've not had good signal, so this has been problematic. But if you have good signal, and after you scan the QR code, you can hit, this scene comes up, and you can hit play. And you can see there's an augmented reality experience to it. You can see the background of my bookshelf. I'm trying to get this so you can see. Anyways, you can see the robot. And then, I lost the robot. That's the thing about augmented reality. You got to find where they're at. Okay. So would you like to play a game? Yes. And then it comes up with that scary looking dude, radioactive robot. And if we hit, let's go ahead and hit the wrong one. It's 5. It's going to say no, not quite. Try again. Okay, let's try again. And what is 2? Let's do wrong one again, which is 2. No, not quite. Let's try again. And then we're going to hit 4, which is right. Awesome, you got the answer right. And just hit yay. And we ended the experience after that, so that's all it does. So that is what we're doing in the Logan Hawking Middle School. If you have any questions, if any teachers want to utilize something like this just to increase the edutainment factor, which has been like a buzzword I've heard a lot lately, I'd be more than happy to, come in and help you guys, get set up. And there's a lot of other cool stuff you can do with this. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep in mind the age group that I'm working on with this. And I'll do another tutorial. I don't have time because I'm getting ready to go to Logan Hawking High School or Middle School. And that what I've done for some of the older kids. But it's taking pictures, depending on the time that I have. Taking pictures, and some probability. You can do some stuff with probability. You can do stuff with the variables. You can do stuff that I haven't done yet. You can do like a picture experience, like you're inside a room kind of thing, like see what the room looks like. So there's a lot of fun things you can do. So that's all for this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.